Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Leo. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Pisces, please. All right, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Your person is also showing up as the Two of Swords. They're viewing you as the Six of Pentacles, so they see you as a perfect match. And the connection, we see the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. So this is going to be a very sexy, very passionate connection. You have someone here who's very stable, very secure. They might be a little bit slow and steady. And we have the Death card, Scorpio energy. So they might start off as a secret admirer here. But this is someone who's very emotionally intense. They're very focused. They're very brave. They're very intuitive. They're very loving and very loyal. So we see the Knight of Pentacles. This person, though, is also very grounded, stable, and secure. And they may hold back a little bit here, Leo, as they gather information about you. We see the Queen of Swords. They may even come off a little bit serious, but deep down they have a lot of layers is what I'm getting. I feel this person's very intuitive. I feel like this person's very intelligent, well-spoken, well put together, but I do get like an energy of them being a bit reserved, at least when you first meet them, Leo. And we see the Wheel of Fortune energy in reverse. All right, some of you, there's some sort of karmic ex that could be around them still, or they're still reacting to that. So that's why they're in a very slow and steady wins the race. This person may also be waiting for you, Leo, to make the first move. Now we see the Eight of Pentacles. It does feel like you see this person someplace you go back to. So that could be work, that could be the gym. We definitely see that here with the Queen of Wands. It could be school, it could be your favorite bar, club, or restaurant, the dog park, the grocery store, you name it. But it does feel like they're absolutely checking you out. And before they get emotionally invested or before they let you know, they're going to get as much information about you as possible here, Leo. So let's see what else we need to know here. All right, so this, yeah, I definitely see this person being in a bit more of a passive role. They want you to step up and take the lead. They're somebody who's solid, dependable, predictable, secure. And they may come from a large family here, Leo, or they may want a large family. And we definitely get that strong earth in their chart. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and strong water, which totally tracks there with that Scorpio energy. So we see that this person mirrors you in a lot of ways, and maybe even more ways than you might realize. This is Moon and Libra energy. The Two of Swords tells me, again, they're holding back, watching, waiting, getting as much information about you as possible. This is somebody who's honest and somebody who's trustworthy. So they are cautious also about whom they get invested with. We see that this is going to be a pleasant surprise, and I do kind of get that. I feel like this is the type of person that you need to take time to get to know, because they kind of have a serious exterior, or they come off as kind of serious. And we see they may have a jealous ex here. I was picking up on that with the Wheel of Fortune and in reverse with the Queen of Swords. Or they may just tell you that, you know, their last relationship, that was a major issue with someone being very jealous, all right? But I don't think this person warrants that, because I do feel like they're very loyal and they're very trustworthy. All right, let's see what else we need to know. All right, we see bad health. Okay, some of you, this person may have, you know, when you meet them, maybe they're recovering from like the flu, accident, illness, injury. Maybe when they were younger, they suffered from something pretty serious, or maybe they've, you know, beaten cancer or something. We see courtship energy in reverse. I don't think this person has been dating. Most likely they took a break after that jealous ex. Some of you too, like this person has given up hope or faith when it comes to dating, or they've just had some bad experiences. But we see unexpected income, and we also see, pleasant surprise here. So I feel like, yeah, we did see pleasant surprise here. So I do feel like this person has a lot more than they initially appear, and I feel like they have more depth, they're more romantic, they're more focused, they're much more than what they seem. And I feel like this is all culminating here, Leo, in a really pleasant surprise. Actually, I feel like this is best kept secret energy. Like, this is the type of person, if you do get to know them, you feel really lucky that, they let you in, because I don't feel they let a lot of people really close to them. Even though I do think that they're friendly and they're warm, but they don't let a whole lot of people in. Now, we see your paths will cross during the next air sign season. So that would be, we're in Gemini season already. So it could be now, or it could become Libra season, between now and Libra season, which would be September, October. This person has a tendency to be forgetful or late. They might be musically inclined, or you may catch them humming or singing to themselves. And we see that they are going to come into your life unexpectedly. But I just think this person in general is like full of surprises. And your paths will cross when a holiday is in season or during some sort of celebration. All right, now they're viewing you, Leo, as the Six of Pentacles. So they see you as a perfect match. They see equal give and take here. For me as a reader, the Six of Pentacles is a soulmate energy, because it tells me that, you two complete each other in the most harmonious ways. And with the Six of Pentacles, you may meet this person or know this person from someplace, like money is exchanged or something. All right, so we have the Seven of Swords. They may feel like you're a little bit avoidant. This person may feel like you're also a little bit secretive. So I do think they're going to spend some time sussing you out, trying to figure out what's going on here. Do you have other people around you? How do you really feel? And again, with these Scorpio placements, this is not something that bothers this person. They're up for a little bit of detective work here. And the Strength card energy in reverse. This person might be a little bit worried, Leo, that you have an ego, or you're used to getting a lot of attention. All right, and how you're going to be feeling? Well, you feel the Page of Wands. This is your energy. You are going to, I think you're going to be very attracted to this person. I also feel with the Page of Wands, this is someone that once you get to know them and you see that they're multifaceted and they have this depth to them, they're quite exciting, they're quite interesting, that you're going to want to take a risk or take a leap of faith here. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, so they see you as a really good person. The Samaritan archetype says refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. All right, and we have child wounded. So awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So they see you as a really good person. They see you as compassionate. They see you as someone that, like, you actually have a lot more in common, or you've had similar experiences, whether it's in childhood or in your life or in dating. And they just see you as somebody who also like takes others under your wing. And with this Prince archetype, they see you as having romantic charm and potential for power. So there's definitely strong romantic feelings here. I also feel there's a really strong physical attraction between you and this person with the Queen of Wands. Like I said, some of you meet at the gym or at work or at school. But I also think you two are very physically compatible. We see respecting individual paths. So this connection honors each person's journey. Okay. Yeah. And I feel like this is someone you're going to really be able to open up to. All right. We see clarifying desires. This connection sharpens your your understanding of what you want and need, because I actually think this person presents something different than what you're used to. And you're like, oh, this is what I've always needed in a relationship. This equal give and take, this intellectual stimulation, this, spontaneity that, again, initially you might not see. Okay. But also very grounded energy. And this connection invites conscious participation rather than assumption. And again, that might be exactly what you need as well. Like, this person that just doesn't assume things about you or about the relationship. They take their time to ask and to evaluate. And yeah, beautiful. So we see that this connection clarifies emotional truth by showing you what feels aligned and what no longer does. And I get, like, when this card comes through in my readings, I feel like this connection shows you why all other connections didn't work out, what was missing. All right, so let's see. Anything else my Leos need to know here? Anything else my Leos need to know here, please? All right, so we see best friend. So friendship is vital to your romance. Feelings deepen and blossom. So it might be like a friends first vibe. Even though I think this person's checking you out and romantically interested in you long before. They're gonna, maybe they're talking to your friends. Maybe you're introduced through friends. This is the type of person who's also gonna check out who your friends are to see, who you are. We see love language, physical touch. A tender touch means so much. So they're going to be very loving and affectionate. And we see life partner. So there is potential for this to be a long-term connection, Leo. And at the bottom of the deck, we see natural evolution. Allow things to unfold naturally with this person. I do think they're probably, like I said, their feelings for you are stronger than maybe you realize. And maybe they've been checking you out longer than you realize. All right, we see you're not meant to know when this connection is unfolding, but it could be as early as next month. All right, my lovely Leos, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.